How to get DR92 backlinks. I'm going to show you how I got free backlinks from New York Post, Daily Mail, Daily Express, and MSN. DR91. Millions of monthly visitors. Do follow links straight to my homepage. And I paid nothing. This is the PR link building method, and most people have no idea it exists. I'm going to break it down into 4 steps. By the end of this, you'll know exactly how to go out and get the same links yourself. Let's go. So first, why did this even matter? Because backlinks are still one of the biggest ranking factors in Google. And a link from New York Post isn't the same as a link from some random blog. The DR on that site is 91. It gets 12.2 million visitors a month. That kind of link moves the needle in a way most people will never experience, because they're stuck doing the same generic link building everyone else is doing. Guest posts, link exchanges, directory submissions. Meanwhile, the PR method gives you links that most people would pay thousands for. And with this approach, it costs you nothing. Here's the other thing nobody's talking about. This isn't just about Google rankings anymore. Ahrefs studied 75,000 brands and found that brand mentions, the kind you get when New York Post writes about you, correlate with AI visibility at 0.664. Backlinks on their own, 0.218. That's a 3x gap, meaning if you want ChatGPT, Google AI Overviews, Perplexity to recommend you and your business, getting featured in major publications is one of the most powerful moves you can make right now. Google's John Mueller himself has said digital PR can be more impactful for SEO than technical optimization, and that was before AI search took over. So this isn't just a link building strategy. It's a visibility strategy for the next 5 years. Now, let me walk you through exactly how it works. If you want to go deeper on using AI to automate your SEO and get more customers, we've got a full step-by-step playbook for this exact method inside the AI Profit Boardroom. There are 3,200 business owners in there using AI automation to grow right now. And we've got step-by-step tutorials specifically on how to use AI tools to find story angles, write press releases, find journalists, and pitch at scale. So you can get links like these without a full-time PR team. Plus 4 live coaching calls every week where you can ask questions about your specific site, your niche, and your outreach strategy. Link in the comments and description, or go to aiprofitboardroom.com. So, step 1, ideation. This is where most people mess up. They try to think of something cool to say about their own business and pitch it. Journalists don't care. What journalists care about is stories that their audience will click on. Full stop. So the question you have to ask is, what story can I tell using data that would appeal to millions of people and also lets me show up as the expert? Here's a real example. The story I pitched that landed me in New York Post, Daily Mail, and Daily Express was about billionaire names. Which first names appear most often among billionaires? It's interesting, it's data-driven, it appeals to basically everyone: parents, entrepreneurs, curious people. And it gave me a reason to position myself as the SEO expert quoted in the article. Now, you might think, that has nothing to do with SEO. And you're right, the article isn't about SEO. But here's the thing, the link back to my site is from New York Post, DR91. That link is so powerful, it doesn't matter if the article is SEO relevant. Most people paying for PR would drop serious money for that. We got it for free. So how do you find your angle? Go to Google News. Type in your area of expertise: SEO expert, marketing expert, AI expert, business owner. Filter to the last 12 months. Look at what's already getting coverage. You're not trying to copy what's out there. You're trying to find what journalists in your space are already writing about. Then come at it from a fresh angle with new data. The best stories have a few things in common. They appeal to a massive audience, not just your niche. They include real data that journalists can cite. And they tie into something people already care about: money, success, the future, parenting, health. And here's a tip. Government data is your best friend for this. Sites like the Office for National Statistics publish raw data that nobody's turned into a story yet. You go in, find something interesting, build the story around it, and then you're the person who brought that story to light. That's what journalists want: fresh data, a clear hook, an expert to quote. Step 2, production. Once you've got your story angle and your data, you need to write a press release. This is the document you're going to send to journalists. It needs to be formatted properly. Headline at the top, subheadline, key findings, a bit about you as the expert, and your contact info. Keep it clean, keep it concise. Journalists are getting hundreds of pitches. You want yours to be easy to scan and immediately obvious why it's interesting. You can use ChatGPT or Claude to help with this. Just give it your story angle, your data points, and your expert positioning, and ask it to format a press release. For example, if you wanted to do a press release about the AI profit boardroom, you might say, here's a story about how 2,800 business owners are now automating their lead generation using AI. Write a press release that positions Julian Goldie as an AI automation expert and includes these 5 key findings. That gives you a clean press release you can personalize and send. The press release is important because it shows the journalist you're professional. You're not just some person emailing them a random idea. You've got a story, you've got data, and you've packaged it properly. That's what gets you taken seriously. Step 3, outreach. Now you find the journalists and pitch them. Go to Google News and search your topic. Click on articles similar to the story you're pitching. The journalist's name is right there at the top of the article. A lot of them have their email in their bio or on the publication's website. Some have RSS feeds you can follow to track what they're covering. There are also platforms built specifically for this. Haro, which now operates under Featured.com after being acquired in 2025, is still one of the most used tools for connecting experts with journalists. JournoFinder is another strong option. SourceBottle, Quoted. These platforms send you journalist requests every day from reporters at major publications who need an expert source. You respond with a pitch. They write the story, and if they use you, you get the link. Your pitch email needs to be short. Open with the hook, the single most interesting finding from your research. 1 sentence. Don't introduce yourself first. Don't explain what your company does. Lead with the story. Then, in 3 to 5 sentences max, here's the data, here's why it matters to your readers, here's who I am, here's the press release attached. And then you follow up once. Politely. Journalism is a numbers game. Some pitches land, some don't. The more you send, the more you land. One more thing on outreach. X is now one of the best places to find journalists in real time. Many reporters are on there and actively posting when they're looking for a source. Search your topic, search journalist request hashtags, and respond fast. Speed matters. Step 4, reporting. Once you've sent your pitches, you need to track what's landing. You can do this for free on Google. Go to Google News, search your name or the topic of your press release, filter to the last week. You'll see every recent mention. That's how you know when you've been featured. For more detail, tools like Ahrefs and Moz will show you the new backlinks coming in. You can track DR, traffic, and whether the link is do follow. But Google News works fine to start. Here's something that surprised me when I first started doing this. Syndication. When a big outlet like New York Post publishes your story, other sites pick it up automatically. They republish the same article to their own audience. And when they do, you often get the backlink too. So from one press release, you can end up with links from New York Post, Daily Mail, Yahoo, MSN, and dozens of smaller sites, all from the same single pitch. That's why the quality compounds so fast. In the 48 hours after my last campaign, I got placements on New York Post, Daily Mail, Daily Express, and MSN, all from one data story, one press release, one round of outreach. Now let me show you how to do this with AI, so you can move faster. Start with ideation. Go into Claude or ChatGPT and say, come up with 5 trending story angles for PR outreach based on the following expert positioning. Then paste in a short description of your niche and expertise. Ask it to format each angle with a headline, the data you'd need, and why it would appeal to a broad audience. So for the AI profit boardroom, as an example, you might say, I want to pitch a story about how small business owners are using AI automation to grow their businesses. Give me 5 story angles with data hooks that would appeal to major news publications covering business and technology. Claude will give you angles like survey results on how many hours business owners save per week using AI, or data on how AI automation is changing hiring. You then validate those on Google News and pick the one with the most coverage already. Then, for the press release itself, you give Claude the angle, the data, your expert bio, and ask it to write a properly formatted press release. Done in minutes. For outreach emails, same thing. Give Claude the press release, tell it the journalist's beat, and ask it to write a short, personalized pitch. Keep one thing human though. Don't automate everything. Journalists can tell when an email is templated and mass sent. Add a sentence or two that references a recent article they wrote. That personal touch is what separates the pitches that get opened from the ones that go straight to trash. Let's talk about why this matters so much right now. We're in a window. PR link building works incredibly well, and most people still think it's too complicated or only for big brands. It's not. I started getting links from Forbes and high authority sites before I had any kind of profile. The process works regardless of how well known you are. What matters is the story. And here's the forward-looking piece. AI search is here. ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google AI Mode, these tools are answering questions and recommending businesses. And the data shows that what gets you recommended is brand mentions, the exact thing you build when you land PR coverage, not your on-page SEO. Not your technical audit. Mentions on third-party sites. Tim Saulo, CMO of Ahrefs, called citations the new backlinks for the AI era. 82% of AI citations are earned media, meaning press coverage, editorial mentions, journalists writing about you. That's the output of this exact process. If you're not doing this now, your competitors eventually will. So let's bring it together. The 4 steps are: ideation, find a data-driven story angle with mass appeal. Production, write a clean, properly formatted press release. Outreach, find journalists on Google News, Haro, JournoFinder, X, and pitch short and fast. Reporting, track your placements and watch the backlinks come in. Use AI to speed up every step. Claude or ChatGPT for story angles, press release writing and pitch emails. Google News for journalist research and placement tracking. Haro or JournoFinder for inbound journalist requests. Start with one story, one pitch round. See what lands. Then build from there. It compounds. If you want to learn how to use AI to automate your SEO, run PR campaigns faster, and get more traffic and customers from Google and AI search, come join us inside the AI Profit Boardroom. We've got step-by-step tutorials on exactly how to use AI tools to find your PR angle, write your press release, research journalists, and pitch at scale. We've got members in there doing this right now, getting backlinks from high-authority sites and showing up in AI search results for their target keywords. 4 live coaching calls every week, where you can show up and ask about your specific situation, a 30-day roadmap, a full prompt library built around AI SEO automation, and 3,200 business owners you can learn from and connect with. Link in the comments and description, or go to AIProfitBoardroom.com. And if you want us to do your SEO and PR link building for you, book a free SEO strategy session at goldie.agency. Link in the comments and description. We'll look at your site, build you a custom plan, and show you exactly how to get links like these for your business. See you in the next one.